What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the third quarter, but I'm gonna get my video recorded right now. Dallas Mavericks are up by 38 points right now. It's currently 90-52. Svi Mykhailiuk and Luke Cornett are on the floor right now for the Boston Celtics. That just lets you know how bad this game is right now. I watched the first half, pretty locked into it, and I have the notes for that. But as far as the third quarter goes, man, I was scrolling Twitter, man, because the Dallas Mavericks, they were leading 65-31 at the half. So I didn't even really pay attention to this quarter. It was on in the background, but yeah. But this is what a lot of us expected. Of course, we expected Boston to come out here and sweep them as well because of how. I mean, they haven't even been playing that much better than the Dallas Mavericks, if we're being real. All the missed opportunities from missed threes that the Boston Celtics have had, allowing Dallas to call back in the game 3, being down 21 and then cutting it down to 1 with about a minute to go. They have had opportunities to Dallas to win games 2 and 3, even game 1 with Jason Tatum not having over 20 points for those first couple games, and then the way that Jaylen Brown came out and started off game 3, and then the way that the team was shooting as a whole, they had opportunities, but they came out here and did what they were supposed to do in this game, and that's extend the series. Thankfully enough for us NBA fans, we get at least one more NBA game for the season. This is not the last game of the year. But yeah, it's crazy to think, like, damn, the NBA season is really almost over, bro. It's really almost over. And then we dive into the WNBA because, I mean, I haven't really watched any game. But I'm going to, dive into the WNBA after the NBA season is over. Obviously, we got Summer League, we got the Olympics. We got a lot of basketball coming up after this, so that's not the end of basketball for us. But yeah, as far as the NBA Finals goes, we have at least one more game, and it will be in Boston. I do see them playing much better than they played tonight. This was their worst game by far. The lowest scoring half that they have had all season was 35 points. They were just getting walled up defensively in that first half. In that first 3 minutes of the second quarter, they scored 1 point. Within the first 6 minutes of that third quarter, they had 4. They had 14 points. Yeah, they had 14 points in the second quarter. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown were the only two Celtics to hit more than one free throw, more than one field goal in that first half. It was absolutely disgusting. I mean, it's still disgusting right now. They're down 32, 92-60. But it was just terrible. This was not a good game for Boston at all. Maybe, they came into the game feeling like they had it. So, with Dallas coming into the game so hungry and wanting to stay alive, they just were able to run away with the game. They started the game off very, very well. Kyrie Irving hit his first shot of the night for the third straight game. Luka Doncic hit his first couple shots of the night. He was very, very aggressive. 3 of 4 from the field in the first 3.5 minutes from the first quarter. Once more, he and Kyrie Irving were doing the heavy lifting for them offensively in that first 6 or so minutes. They combined for the first 10 points of the game for them. So the way that they came out and set the tone allowed for the role players to eventually pick up the pace, like a Daniel Gafford in this back end to start off this half. You had an amazing first half from Derek Lively. I want to say he had 6 points and 10 rebounds, and 6 of those were offensive rebounds. Like, for him to be such a young player, he keeps plays alive like no other player. I ain't gonna say no other player, but like for such a young player, he does it at like a very, very high level, and it's going to keep him, paid. It's going to keep him a job, and hopefully, if it's with Luka, they're going to be able to get back to this position and win championships with more growth and experience for Derek Lively. He hit a corner 3, which is the first made three-pointer of his NBA career, and it looked clean as hell, bro. And then after the 3, he goes down on the defensive end, gets a huge block on Xavier Tillman, comes right back down, runs the floor on a fast break, and gets a lob from Kyrie Irving. This young man's energy is infectious. His effort is, very, very intricate for how the Dallas Mavericks play, bro. Because when he's on the floor, as opposed to a Daniel Gafford, it's a completely different feel. And I mean that offensively and defensively. Yeah, they give you a lot of the same things as far as being lob threats go and rebounding and defending the rim. But it's just at a higher degree for Derek Lively, man. And he is going to be able to really thrive alongside Luka Doncic in these next few years, bro. And I really feel like they have a great chance on making another run within those next few years, barring, good health for the team and good moves and blah, blah, blah. But that's getting too ahead in the future. But I really like the way that Derek Lively played after the first 2 games. Did not look good for him whatsoever. Moving on to the Celtics, though, don't really have much for them. Jason Tatum, like I said, him and Jaylen Brown had okay first halves. That first quarter for Jason Tatum, though, was really good. He had 11 points, 1 rebound, an assist, and a block, 4 of 7 from the field, and he had over half the team's points once the quarter was over, 11 of the 21 that they scored. But they were trailing by 13 at the end of the first, so that just lets you know how well the Dallas Mavericks started off the game and how tough it was for Boston to get anything going because of the defense, because of the tough shots that they had to take, because of all the three-pointers that weren't falling. And then you go into that second quarter, Jason Tatum is held to just 2 points. He's held to 2 points on 2 shots. He shot the ball twice in the second quarter. His only 2 points came from the free throw line. And Jaylen Brown, for the first half, had 8 points. He was 3 for 10. 3 for 10 at the half. So a similar kind of, scoring whatever half as game 3 was. But it just felt like such a much worse game because of how atrocious the Boston offense was as a whole. As a team, they shot 11 of 37 for the half, and then 5 of 19 from 3. They only had 13 rebounds, while Dallas had 29. So essentially, they doubled the amount of rebounds that that Boston had, and Derek Lively almost out-rebounded him himself in the first half with his 10. So, going back to Boston for Game 5, we're definitely going to see a much more motivated Boston Celtics team. They just didn't, similar to the past few games, and Dallas has come out strong. It's just at whatever point they just end up losing the momentum because Boston's hitting 3 threes and able to go on a run, and guys like PJ Washington, who had been reliable for them all playoffs long. Guys like Derrick Jones Jr., who's been reliable all playoffs long, weren't really coming through for them in those first few games. In this game tonight, they didn't really have the best games, especially in that first half. Between the two of them, they combined for 5 points, so not really anything spectacular, but they're doing what they need to do. What they needed to do. Derrick Jones Jr. ended up with 5 points, 2 rebounds, and a block on 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from downtown. And PJ Washington had 6 points, 2 rebounds, 2 of 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown. That's pretty much the game, because Dante Exum, Jaden Hardy, Dwight Powell, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Markieff Morris is in the game right now. Still up by 35 points. Like I said, going into Game 5, you should see a much more motivated Boston Celtics team. I do believe the series will be over next game. I won't even say that, because Game 3, Dallas really should have won that game. Luka Doncic picked up a couple of really bad fouls at the end of that game when they were really making a run. And not to mention making a run when they were on their 20-2 run, 22-2 run, whatever it was. Jason Kidd called a timeout when the fast break was about to start. Luka grabbed the rebound and Jason Kidd called a timeout. You could see Luka visibly upset about it. And I'm confused, why did he just call a timeout? They were about to run a fast break. It's just certain things that you live and you learn. And But what I was saying is that they had an opportunity to win that game. This could be a 2-2 series right now going into Boston. This could still be anybody's series, but the momentum is on Dallas's side. But you do have to, really just look at this was just a bad game, just a bad shooting game for Boston. But I won't put all of it on their bad shooting. You have to credit the way that the Dallas Mavericks have played defense in this game. So all in all, a perfect game for Dallas in the sense that they played great defense, and then the shots weren't falling for Boston. Their stars struggling as well. So just like a perfect scenario type of thing for Dallas, and then they head into Game 5 with a lot of momentum, and hopefully they can extend the series and go. Like I said, we want 7 games. Last year, the Boston Celtics were down 3-0 to the Miami Heat. They fought all the way back, got to Game 7. Although they did lose, we still got a 7-game series. Somebody has to lose, whether it's Boston or Dallas. I just want at least 6 games, please. I'm going to leave it there, though. I do got to go to bed and get ready for work, per usual. I appreciate whoever tuned in, though. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new around here on the road to 500. Can't do that without y'all hitting that button, man. Appreciate y'all. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.